Okay, here we are in my laundry room. We're still working on transferring the images. You'll want a piece of fabric that's about 3 inches around larger than your hoop. So if you're using a 6-inch hoop, you would want a 9 by 9 inch piece of fabric. That just gives you a little extra fabric to play with. And then you'll want to iron that flat, make it all nice and pretty. And you want the side that you want the image on to be face up. And then I cut out, here's my original piece, pattern, but I usually cut out the individual images because it helps me control where I'm going to place the image. In this case, I'm going to put it right in the center of the fabric. Then you take a hot iron that doesn't have steam on it. And this is important if you don't want the image to blur. You just want to kind of press and then wiggle without taking the iron up at any time. If you lift it and bring it back down, you risk the paper lifting. And it doesn't take long. Make sure you get all aspects of the image, and then I leave the iron down and just make sure that the image transferred. Yep, it looks pretty good. Lift it up. And your image is on the paper. You can see I've already transferred some other images on this piece, but our main concern is that we transferred this image. Something to remember, if you're doing words or if the direction of the image is important to you, this is like an iron-on transfer, so it will be backwards. So if there were words, you would want to make sure that your copy has the word backwards, so that then when you put it down, the word on your fabric would be facing the right direction. For this teapot, it doesn't super matter to me, and when I create PDF downloadable embroidery patterns for you, I will always have the words in the opposite direction so that that works for you. If you ever had an image that you really needed me to flip, I would be happy to do that for you. You can also usually flip images on copiers sometimes, so that's another option. And that's how you transfer. I mean, once you've got the image on here, it's time to start stitching, and I've got some other videos coming up and hopefully in the library by now that will show you some basic embroidery stitches. I'm so excited you bought my pattern. If you haven't bought a pattern, you can find them at laurabraiddesigns.com and check out my library of really fun doodly images. And I'm going to say goodbye and congratulations for getting your first pattern transferred. Happy stitching!